you ever think back of the first games you play on a console? Well, Revenge of the Gator was one of the first games I played when it was released back in 1990. So Revenge of the Gator was made by HAL Laboratories, and you know what they're famous for.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
No, not that. Yes, that. So pinball is not my strong suit. I'm not the best pinball player at all. Plus, I'm playing it on the Retron 5 in order to get the good video quality. So there is a lag when playing it on that. The flippers do not respond as soon as you hit the button. So it is hard to get used to. So expect very bad pinball play here.
When looking at this title, you have to consider when it was released in the Game Boy's life. Game Boy was released in April of 1989. The developers were still learning how to utilize the Old Nintendo fans may well be reminded of NES Pinball as they play Revenge of the Gator, and for good reason. HAL helped Nintendo produce pinball. Luckily, HAL's legacy would not be tied to Revenge of the Gator. It would move on to greater titles. With its interesting alligator motif and extremely limited gameplay, Revenge of the Gator would seem as a far cry from a portable classic. And yet, the tremendous amount of love and care that HAL invested into Gator really sets it apart from other portable pinball titles. Everything about the game sings of quality. So you may ask, why alligators? The answer, who knows? Although it works rather well, and HAL did well with the layout and design, the alligator motif will get old after a while. With the music, will get stuck in your head for months. Driving down the road, you may find yourself just humming the tune over and over again. The board is divided into 4 screens and 3 bonus stages. Screen 1 is the top of the pinball game. You access this by entering the door at the left side of Screen 2. The player's objective is to hit the fish up at the upper left and right corners, roll over them where they pop out, and become gator bait for the gator in the cage. Once the gator is fattened up, it will break out of the cage where the player will have a chance to hit it for an extra ball. This is the screen where if the player gets his ball into the upper left slot, he will warp to bonus stage 3. Screen 2 is the area below Screen 1. Here there are a bunch of blocks in front of a door on your right and a bunch of blocks with a hole on your left. Knocking out all the blocks on the left side will take the player to bonus stage 2, while the right side will open the door to Screen 1. If the player rolls over the 3 gators to full size, he will gain side sabers and a saber post. Screen 3 is the opening area from where the player launches his pinball. If he manages to light all 4 hearts, the player activates the side sabers and side posts. If the player hits the 3 left targets, he opens the door to Screen 2. Rolling the ball around the loop lane to the right activates the slot machine. Screen 4 is the bottom of the pinball game. Here the player has 7 Gators that will give him bonuses. Gator 1, 2, and 3 open and close their mouths. If the player hits the ball into their mouths, they will send him to 3 locations in the game. Gators 4, 5, 6, and 7 offer the player 2 bonuses in the screen. Should the player miss the pinball with his flipper, the ball will go out of the game and into the Gator screen. So now let's talk about those bonus stages. In bonus stage 1, the player must knock out all the blocks to make the Gator fall. If you hit the Gator, you'll get 10,000 points. In bonus stage 2, the player must break 5 eggs to hatch baby Gators and hit the baby Gators for 30,000 points. In bonus stage 3, the player must hit each small Gator head that pops out of the hole in order to make the big Gator head pop out for 50,000 points. Overall, Revenge of the Gator is not bad, although it could use some improvements. But for an early Game Boy title, it's definitely worth checking out.
So now let's talk about that song. As you can tell, it plays over and over and over again, and it will get stuck in your head no matter what you're doing. Working on a car, doing outdoor chores, working on a computer. There's nothing you will do that will get that song out of your head. Yeah, that's not helping. You can pick up Revenge of the Gator for under $5. It's worth trying. Who knows, you may like it, and you'll have a song you'll never forget. So go on, pick it up, pop it in that Game Boy, and take out those Gators. After all, it's a lot safer than doing it in person.